calm ocean water may look inviting, but it's deceiving.
The waters we have out here are very, very different. Rip currents are constantly a threat, and people unknowing will say, hey, children, let's go play in the water here. It's nice and calm looking, but that's actually probably the mouth of the rip, and are putting their children right in harm's way.
Firefighters say that's exactly what happened to two boys on boogie boards who got stuck in a rip current. But before first responders could get into the ocean, Jim Kerr thankfully showed up to surf.
And I was like, well, what's going on? And I saw a couple guys out there. Looked like they weren't making their way in, so I figured while they were waiting for the wave runners, the skis, the water rescue, I figured, well, I'm just going to get my wetsuit and I had a longboard, which is a 9-foot board. I figured, well, I'll just paddle out there and bring them in.
Jim pulled the 10-year-old to safety.
And I charged out there and paddled out to the youngest kid and got him on my board, and we paddled in, and his mom was so happy, and they had a big embrace. And I mean, he was kind of in shock a little bit, but he wasn't panicking or anything.
Jim says he would have gone back out for the 15-year-old, but by then crews were on jet skis to rescue him. You can spot a rip current. Surfers say they use them all the time to paddle out to waves, but you have to know what you're looking for.
You'll just see kind of a little more turbulent water, and you'll just see where the waves aren't breaking, and that's kind of where it's kind of launching out. When you're in the water, you can tell because you're seeing water rush out a lot quicker.
Pay attention to where the waves are breaking. If you see waves breaking on both sides of a section of water that looks relatively calm, that's likely where the rip current is. If you get stuck in a rip current, do not try to swim against it. Firefighters say no matter how strong of a swimmer you are, you're not going to beat it. So instead, stay calm and swim parallel to the shore. Eventually, you should be able to make your way back in. Back to you.
Thank you, Lindsay. We all know PD